I don't know. To look my age, I think. I don't know. Allah Rahim karega. Before the weight loss journey, I was. I didn't like myself very much. And it needs to be said, self hate. That moniker comes from somewhere. I didn't like myself very much. Allah Rahim karega. Thoughts, I don't know, frustrations, I think would be a good word. Just to become reused to all that you must endure in this country. हर जगह conventions होते हैं. यहाँ के conventions I had become alien to because I was abroad. My biggest fear is inadequacy, to not be enough. And the problem with that is the more you worry about not being enough, the more you're not in the present moment, and so you become not enough. I'll do that. पहली बात cognitive capital होता है, cognitive capitalism नहीं होता है. I'll do that in a live session. Time लगेगा, ऐसे नहीं मैं. I can't just explain it in a single story or even multiple stories. थोड़ा time लगता है. Inshallah. So I was recording a vlog while we were doing a shoot in Liari, and after 4 hours of work or what have you, I looked to Irfan bhai and I'm like, Irfan bhai, are we done now? And he goes, we're never done. Allah raham karega. Alhamdulillah, they've been kind so far, and we'll try to get Jokhe bhai on. We'll invite him and stuff, inshallah. But Paki is a derogatory word. Don't use that word. मतलब हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं एक दूसरे के लिए, लेकिन it's still slur. अल्लाह रहम करे. यार वो आपदा परवीन आपदा जी ने बोला था ना, तू झूम में जो आपका है वो मिल जाएगा आपको करके कोई बहाना. और मैं क्या बोलूँ ब्रो, अल्लाह रहम करेगा. So again, we don't do podcasts on topics. We do podcasts with people. We try to have conversations with people. So if there's someone who is an expert, you think in Sindhi culture, at Sindhi culture, so I would love to talk to them. So I've had generally anxiety-inducing childhood. And Allah Rahim Karega is my existential anchor. Existential anchor क्या होता है ये मैं फिर कभी बताऊंगा आपको, but that's what it is. Allah Rahim Karega, for me at least. But even generally, I think it's a good statement. So I've said this before, but there isn't really a criteria. It's not about who someone's been in their life or what kind of positions they've held or accolades or what have you. It's just about who I could have a good conversation with, inshallah. So a very good question by someone who has no idea what woke means. I, if anything, am introducing the antithesis to woke culture. But yes, thank you. I think you should read up what woke culture is. Proper. Allah Rahim Karega. Sure, but it depends on what you want to talk to me about. इस चीज़ से बड़ा फ़र्क पड़ता है. अल्लाह रहम करेगा. So Saif Jatoi has been on the podcast, I think at least twice. 3 times if you count the time with Sherry Khatak. Saif Samejo is always invited, but he's busy. We'll do it, inshallah. Allah raham karega. Well, I mean, most of the people who come on are complete strangers until, we sit down, and then alhamdulillah, we are not strangers. We are at least acquainted. Avoiding the inherent antagonism in the statement that you're going to teach me about my mistake, I will just say this. The point of the podcast is for me to interact with things that I don't know about. तो मैं तो सीख रहा हूँ ना podcast पे. आप भी सीख लो. अल्लाह रहम करेगा. In the interest of not avoiding that question, obviously it is way more complicated than what I'm about to say, but arm yourself with the tools needed to deal with it, because it'll never go away, the trauma, but you can become better at handling it. So all the time. Yes, all the time, right? And whenever you do, if ever you do, you always want to remind yourself of why you started. And that's easier said than done. I understand this. But yeah, why and then how? To love oneself.